welcome back for another recipe review. If you have been following this little series of mine, I apologize for missing last week. I have been so incredibly busy. Spring is here and I have just been my days are full of things that I'm trying to get done, and I feel like everything that got pushed back in the winter is now coming forward and needs my attention. So I really hope this recipe review gets to you by Tuesday, if not Wednesday the latest, and then next week I'll be back on track. So anyway, welcome back for another recipe review. I am Cassandra and this Okay, so this week I did something a little different, and I have been just really eager to make these and test them out. So this recipe review is more like taste test and then kind of a battle, but not really, like a very friendly, nice battle. So for this recipe review, I made 2 different recipes by 2 different people that I have already featured. One of the recipes is from Pickup Limes, and it is her chocolate coconut peanut butter balls. And then the other recipe is Kimberly Snyder's carrot maca energy balls. So coincidentally, I feel like I saw these recipes around the same time. So Pickup Limes had featured this recipe on one of her YouTube videos, and then Kimberly Snyder emailed this recipe, and I put it under my favorites and just, kept it there for when I'm ready to make it. So they're both very similar. Let me just go over the similarities, what they are, and then I'll go into the differences. So they're just little energy balls. I'm sure you've seen them all over, and they're made with dates, and they're supposed to be filled with all these great things that hold you over until your next meal, give you some energy throughout the day, just a nice, healthy, easy snack. And there are a lot of pre-made ones you can buy from the store. I have tried plenty, they're great, but this time I wanted to make my own. So for Pickup Limes version, it is exactly what it's called. It is a coconut peanut butter ball that's covered in chocolate. And it only requires 6 ingredients, absolutely no baking. And then Kimberly Snyder's is a carrot cake version of an energy ball. And it is made with carrots, coconut, maca, almonds. They are different, but they serve the same purpose. Kimberly Snyder's has a few more ingredients than the other one, but they were pretty much made the same way. And the fact that I didn't have to bake either one of them made it pretty easy to make both. So I'll start with Pickup Limes chocolate coconut peanut butter balls. And it is just very easy, simple ingredients that you put into a food processor. She also has a way to do it without a food processor. And then you roll them into these balls, dip them into chocolate, and there you have it. And if you're a peanut butter lover, she says you will love this. I'm telling you, I had no idea how much coconut was going to be used for both of these. I used a whole bag of unsweetened shredded coconut, and I had to alter the recipes just a little bit to make sure that I had enough coconut to go around for both. So for Pickup Limes, she says that this recipe will give you 20 balls. I ended up with about 15, so not bad, and that's only because I had to cut down on the coconut, so I cut down everywhere else. And that recipe was that was the easiest one I made. Honestly, I put it off because I just kept feeling lazy. I didn't want to deal with this huge mess and this big project. And it just seemed like much more steps than it really was. Once I got to it, I was like, these were very simple to make. And then Kimberly Snyder's, those were a different story. So let me get into that. With hers, I had every ingredient except for ground ginger, so I ended up using fresh ginger. I love ginger, I don't mind the taste of it at all. So if you're not really into ginger, just make sure you cut down a little bit, or if you end up using fresh ginger, don't use as much. But my problem was that I could not get the dates to break down enough, and her recipe lists water as an option. And before even looking at how much to use, because it wasn't breaking down, I was like, let me put some water in here for blending. That was the purpose of it. And then I took a look at the recipe, and you only needed a tiny bit of water. So everything mixed pretty well, and it was almost like a cake batter, it was almost like cookie dough. And I definitely dipped into that batter. It was so delicious on its own before even rolling it into the coconut and letting it freeze up a little bit. It was good. Well, once I popped them out of the freezer, I could tell that they were just too mushy, and the moisture with the carrots and then the extra added water that I myself did without even realizing, it was just too much moisture in the ball. That was literally the only downfall, and that was all my fault. That's like, it had nothing to do with the recipe, nothing to do with the way it was supposed to be made. That was all me. So that was the only thing that was a little sad about it, because it was just so good. And it is a very delicious recipe. It was very easy, and I'm pretty sure you have most, if not all, the ingredients already at home. And I did not have to go out at all to get any of this. You just use what you have, and that's what I really enjoyed about these. So I did want to do a little taste test comparison and see which one I liked the best and which one I prefer over the other. Again, this is just a very nice, friendly battle of the two. And even though I messed them up, I'm gonna have to go with Kimberly Snyder's carrot bites. The batter itself, I mean, I keep calling it batter because it was just so sweet and thick, and it just really reminded me of cookie dough. Like, I felt like you could just roll those balls up and put them into ice cream. Oh, I'm gonna have to do that next time. That sounds so good. With like some vanilla cream ice cream. Or, yeah, it sounds really good. Even though I messed it up, I'm gonna have to go with that one. I just felt like I had a lot of hope for the peanut butter chocolate ones, especially because they were completely covered in chocolate, which is my favorite part. But I do have to say that the peanut butter taste was just, wow. It was a big, thick ball of peanut butter and coconut, exactly what it says it is. Like, I don't know what I was expecting, and I'm just very sensitive to flavors and taste. I like a little bit. Usually less is more for me, so it was really good. Very good. Just not my favorite. But I will tell you that my boyfriend absolutely 1000% preferred the peanut butter balls over my mushy carrot ones. And again, that was my fault. I promised him that it had nothing to do with the way it was supposed to be made. But He is a huge peanut butter lover. Like whoever knows him will tell you, like, he is crazy about peanut butter. So I knew he would love these. That's a reason why I wanted to make them. And he is just like going in on them, whereas I'm like, okay, let me enjoy one with my coffee and a banana, and even that one just seemed like a lot. Whereas the carrot cake bites, those were easy to eat, and I could probably pop a few in my mouth and want more afterwards. And then I did end up covering a few of them with the dark chocolate that I had left over. It is a pure treat. Like, you could have that for dessert and not feel bad at all. I'm sure you know sometimes it is tough to find healthy snacks to enjoy throughout the day that you don't feel bad about. And both of these are great alternatives for something sweet. They're not completely filled with sugar and processed ingredients. They're good for you. There's no chemicals. You make them at home. And the ingredient list is clean. It is easy, and I definitely recommend this, especially because they both make larger quantities that you can store. You can store in the freezer for a couple months, I believe, and you can store them in the refrigerator for about a week. So it's perfect to grab for on the go if you have kids. If you just don't have the time to think about it, I definitely recommend these. And it's better than buying them because you know exactly what's going into them. You can mix up the ingredients, I'm sure, and put whatever you'd like. And I think that'd be really fun, actually, to mix it up a little and add some things in there, spice it up, and then you'll really look forward to these snacks throughout the day. So I give both of these recipes a big thumbs up. I will make them again, I'm sure, and I'm very glad that we have them still to enjoy for the rest of the week. So there's my recipe review for you. I hope you enjoyed this one. It's a little different, and I just wanted to do something different this time. I think this is still pretty new, and it's fun to try different things with this series and see what you like, what I like, what I want to do more of. If you enjoyed this comparison, let me know and I'll do more. I'm pretty sure you know, like, there's a ton of recipes for everything, so it's really easy to find multiple versions of a recipe and taste test, see which one I like more of, which one I prefer. So that concludes this recipe review for this week. I will be on it next week. I have more to share. I have so much going on, and I can't wait to share that all with you guys. Just so many great, happy things happening. Of course, like always, thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up and let me know if you decide to make either one of these recipes. I will link everything below in my description. I will link Kimberly Snyder's recipe along with Pickup Lime's recipe and video, so you can check them both out. Take care, have a lovely week, and I will see you again for another recipe review next Tuesday. Oh,